What's that shit? Oh, smell the record. This be a canon can drink.
So the boss is my god. That's one is not.
Okay.
Yeah, maona ka mambo directing.
All of this has to be there.
From the seat you are directing, sir.
All of this has to be there.
Yes. Cheers, guys.
Boss Mwagamaza?
I was saying that experience. Bwanji on set. How was your experience being with you working 99 jobs?
Being on set already, I'm tired. I can't imagine what's coming next.
As producer, director, editor, cameraman,
audio,
the sound engineer,
and then we are much time. I saw a boy box production manager.
Noise maker. Number theory. Full.
No, but you know, it's I don't know whether to say surreal. Chizungu since you are born. It's probably called Chizungu when I just see them in a motor. What's that correct? No, but we have the producer here should correct us.
Yeah.
How we started, how we managed to get the whole team together. This whole idea was born out of frustration. It was born out of frustration. What's one Chani? He doesn't want to listen to me. So, you know, me, I was thinking, what do you think about it? Like, no, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. And then he then said, what's one Chani, boy? You know what? Let's do it. I say, yeah, no, let's do it. I'll shoot. You were Sakina Band. Hey.
The way she put together a team. It was
even fair. Me, I was on contract before I was on. Before I knew it. No, team. Since when me, I'm happy.
Who's Angel? What's going on?
And you're not thinking that Angel.
Because she was like Angel, Azambo making a short shan. Nishimoto akamba who's Moto again?
As I akamba kuzana mazina, but
she introduced all the names before I met the people.
I have a friend, Antoinette.
Went to private school.
You know, she was just surprised. We were sent on an errand for work.
Makeni.
I'm like, listen, so I have this idea. I'm battling with a friend of mine. So what we want to do is this, that. I was taken with the idea. No. That sounds amazing. Yeah. I think I can be a part of it. Sure, now, okay, cool. All right, then. So you can be the producer.
We do want to.
It's immediate. It was interesting.
And I've seen projects that I've jumped on.
Yeah.
They never take off. Most of them. Me and Edo have done a couple of stuff. You discuss,
that haven't taken off.
But this one, 50% done. Work done.
You know,
and then she catered to the most difficult thing in production, which is finding the right people.
Yes,
that is where we struggle in production.
She always, even today, she brought it up on saying like, oh, obviously Edo was impressed on the first day.
Yes.
Because when I just met him and then he told me, I'm going for a meeting and I think you need to be in the meeting. Yeah. So let's go. So I got there and then, you know how it is like when you've been around the industry, what you think like you know people.
Yes.
Then you get
same.
I'm thinking like, obviously, maybe there are going to be no more names. Like, I know. And then I'm being introduced by this. Okay.
Yes.
And then the way these guys were talking, it was already like a podcast.
Yes. That should have been even episode 1. It was already an episode just on the first meeting.
Guys, I think I'm impressed with what I've seen here. Because, of course, also me, I do try to pick up talent from, and then just meeting the people for the first time, and they were like that.
Yeah,
it was just brilliant.
For me, they were all names that I've heard, seen like in the past. Jesse, I know him from Bittersweet, but to think that those minds could sit down together and actually share and say it. And it's amazing for me. The biggest thing is each one
to the right selection.
Thanks, Abby. Exactly.
Not by name,
yes,
by character.
Of course, kudos to Abby. First of all, I don't know how the producer works. I know how the director works. So for this project to even come to 13 episodes, it's because of Abby. Because I remember the time that we went to shoot. I think that was a pilot or something.
It was a pilot.
Yeah, when we went to shoot that side.
Yes.
I looked
in
at
the bush.
everything, and then we went. He was editing. I was just there, like, no, okay, let's do that. Okay, but is that bit there? You get that in where, like.
And first of
Is
all,
that
this
cheating,
guy
guys?
is delayed. First of all, I stole a car. I won't say where. I stole a car.
Hey, please.
I stole a car with Ketura. We need to buy stuff. You know where I'm like, okay, we're going to the bush. It's a camping place.
Yes.
We'll need like meat. We'll need. It was like on the whim decision.
What happened to that
planning.
episode?
No, was that an episode?
No, it was.
Oh, that was for the
Like a beach type.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was getting individual
Yeah, but
shots.
that's where
and
the intros.
the
That was
intros came
intros,
from.
yeah.
Yes.
But it was initially supposed to be an episode.
And then now,
It came out very nice.
Jesse was never supposed to be part of the team.
I never there when
Sorry, Jesse, listen. I can explain.
Because you guys are never there with editing.
I give you my t-shirt
First,
every time one.
so we got the footage and everything, and then we were just like, so was it? Because the plan, we already had the plan.
It was 5, right?
And then we sit, he's editing, we're checking out the footage.
Yes.
And then we just like, but oh,
Zamkotolola voucher.
When you kakumbukila, the class, because for
It
me,
was
the
strategic.
The script in a
but you know the initial plan was in every episode we were going to bring a different person.
Yes.
So we thought by that particular episode,
he was the one.
Jesse was supposed to be the one, and then the next episode will be another person.
Yes.
And the way I avoided that conversation is because you guys were asking, so you mind example?
What is he going to do? But you see, the direction we took with this season was amazing. For me, for the chemistry that had to be built amongst just the cast, it was great that we didn't include too many people to interrupt with what was going on. And now, in fact, this is of all the sets I've been on, of any project I've ever worked on, this chemistry.
It was a different.
As if they've known each other for years.
So when you have like 5 people or maybe 4, there's always a weakest link. But from what I've discovered on this group,
weak link. Yes.
you know, you find that this guy is pitching out something, is doing something, but everyone is strong. They all have strong character. You think like, oh, maybe Ketura is gonna slow down on this topic,
but then they also
he's just gonna come out strong.
Because I feel like even themselves, they challenge themselves with the way they interact.
Yes.
With you guys. You come to like, on that episode she came out.
Yes.
Of course they do.
Like even the title of Say It, it's amazing how each one also says it. They come and are vulnerable.
Do you know how that
You know,
thing-
in the beginning, we used to present topics and say, okay, we're going to talk about this, and people do their research. But now the producer said, no. She wants your actual impression, your
immediate opinion, not something you've been studying for weeks.
Yes. And that's why it's so raw and honest, because you want, when you start talking about it, you won't even know you're entering into personal issues only when you realize, when you go back like, we start calling you, do you want to exit out? You know, where I said or where I did, you know?
I think people are free.
Yes, and you know, people are aware of what's happening. That's why I've never had a code to say, Makamba, analida kofia kwa nani. Can you edit that? It's me who feels guilty sometimes. I'm like, oh, not twist. Just hit on end on that. Let me just delete this part. You know? But then no one has ever said that, which means everybody is free on set, and then they're just saying it. Say it.
Say it.
Say it.
And just coming up with them. I think you came up with
I
the
came up
name.
with them, you know,
After
it was-
brainstorming.
that dinner was amazing.
Yeah.
Because it came out accidentally.
Yes.
Because after discussing, in my head I was like, should I say it? No, because I wanted to raise a point. But then in my head, I was like, should I say it? That shit came out. Motu said, hey. Come on, should I say it? And then Motu, I think, heard me. So like, that's the one, yeah.
Okay.
So we mean
So now people
Yeah, like that was the plan.
it's being said. They were like saying it saying it. Say it. What? Until we're here, 13 episode.
No, but you know,
yeah, we're good.
I know it seems like we're growing at a very slow pace, but I'm always encouraged when, like you were saying, where we have to build chemistry amongst each other. So when you guys are behind the scenes trying to get the cameras ready and mics and whatnot, and we're there talking, and it's amazing to see that the drive does not die down. It's amazing to see that everyone is just like, oh, no. The belief that they have in this is
It's what's keeping this.
yes. For me, it's like, guys, I don't offer them anything.
Yeah.
Like we don't offer them anything. It's just let's have fun. Let's have a conversation,
Just to
and
add
let's
on,
just
like,
talk about it.
I think the first time we put out an episode, the whole experience from the guys changed. They excited guys. We didn't know that this was gonna be like this.
I told
you.
Please, can we shoot?
Yeah.
You know, like when we were shooting the first one, it was just one of those things, like dragging. Until we got to a point, guys. Because every time now, every week, I see people guys, episode decreasing.
Yes. Because the pressure now is even on them. Whoever they've shared to is now like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the episode, Chan. So now the pressure comes back.
Yeah.
And like I mentioned, me and him has worked on stuff that is nowhere. You get so even them, they've been on projects where they've never seen it come to life. You get? So having one episode on Say It on online, they were like, hey.
I think behind the scenes, I think we had these decisions to make, whether to go live or to hold on. You understand, right? But that decision that we just said, guys, let's just go.
Let's go.
It was the best.
Yeah, like so.
Because now, I know obviously with the following is growing bit by bit. I know it's gonna grow. Definitely.
And that's what Moto is always saying, that what we are doing is we're thinking ahead. And this always happens where we have a topic of discussion. We talk about it now. 2 weeks later, something we were talking about, and it's sad that we can't just release it there and then. It's because it's in production. We shot 4 or 5 episodes in advance, and this is something we talked about, and then we see a whole conversation on social media.
Our topics.
Yes, they have been discussed on social media without prior knowledge. It was, so even when it comes out, people think we picked the topic from when it happened, when we actually shot way back. So it's
and the funny thing about this tribe, we call it tribe.
Yeah, the tribe.
The tribe.
Everybody else.
The Say It tribe.
You see, me and Edo hang out a lot, but the rest of niggas, we just meet once in a while.
Y'all niggas. Shit.
But still, the chemistry feels. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel we're doing the right thing.
It's not forced.
It's not forced because even after meeting after 2 weeks, that's when we're meeting. But the chemistry.
It's like,
because you realize that I've got friends, you've got friends, you've got your own friends. We never like.
I know you guys do management issues, right? And you know how it is. It is difficult to manage a group of people because they come from different backgrounds. And for me, being in this space where I meet different people I meet the same people obviously on every set, right? And I'm looking at them and saying, okay, how did we manage to get this?
To manage.
How did you manage to manage? You understand? Because those people, I listen, sometimes I just watch. I'm listening to these people talk, and whatever they're talking about,
They're dropping bombs.
intellectuals.
Guys.
If they want to talk about rubbish things, they can talk about rubbish things. If they want to talk about, if they want to bring out the wisdom, the knowledge, these guys are.
I'll tell you, there was a time I met Destro at the mall when we're still playing around with the idea. Just around when I just can't remember. It was 2021. And we had the conversation. I was like, dude, and I was like, no, we're actually in this group of men. You know, men need to have their voices out there and whatnot. It took, I think, I got in touch with him 6-7 months later and said, oh, remember that conversation we talked about?
Now let's go and do it. Yeah.
And that's the thing. What do they say? Preparation meets opportunity, or is it opportunity meets preparation? Like you need to be prepared for the opportunity.
Right.
So so it's where everyone, the common denominator with the whole cast is me, because I have known them individually, and then now I said, guys, me, I'm the vibe.
I think that's the
This
question.
side.
How did you get more
Yeah, and then and you see these are
did you-
six
how did you
people.
get
These
there?
are 6 people. It is just as
Oh,
back
not
to
boring,
Edo's point.
but they're good.
How do you get these people to actually have common ground and speak either the same voice or manage to debate things intellectually?
When I was thinking about it, I know Destro and Jesse are creative minds, and I've worked with them, and I have admired their work, you know. And for Jesse, I have told him, dude, your music, like I'm the biggest fan, bro. I am the biggest fan. So I'm just like, and even him, even with his skill and his talent, he's not the kind of person who will rush things. Oh no, I'm preparing an album. No. He says, I'm working on some stuff. I'm working on something 2 years ago.
So
and then it's like, oh, okay. You know? And then when it comes out, it's like quality content. You know what I mean? Destro, same thing, purchase. Like, you know, having had conversations with a young man, obviously, I mean. I worked with, she kept me for a while, Antoinette. And I worked with her at a creative agency, and then we got to sync. And then from simple conversations and just how we're showing up for one another and being able to have open conversation, no judgment. I would go to her and tell her things where someone would be like, but she wouldn't. You know, she's very strong and opinionated. She's like a hippie, but not a hippie. But
and we know what you mean. She's like,
you know, she's cut from a different cloth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was like a distinct Shani. I said maybe I was doubting because she's very. My time is like she's serious about her
Today
time.
she was supposed
If
to
she
go-
says.
I delayed 10 minutes. She's left.
yeah, but
If she says 17:30, you're not there at 17:30. She give it 10 more minutes. You don't come in. So she's that person she's a you in a different form. Ketura, we work together at Hot FM. We work together at Hot FM.
Say it.
Okay, we work together. At Hot
When it's
FM.
25, give me a signal. Sorry, guys. I'm doing double shift.
Yeah,
Okay.
just
Yeah.
mountain.
We work together at Hot FM.
Just kidding.
So with just her being, I've seen her grow.
Yeah.
You know, from how she started and where she's at. I'm so proud of her. You know, so I saw those strides and I said, let me try. All this was, they might say no, but still, there's no harm.
Yeah.
So brought her on board, and then we had Uncle Moro.
Maru.
Moto.
Do you know?
Moto.
Yeah, Moto. Because I've never seen Moto in.
No, listen.
No.
Everyone else on that set, I've seen somewhere, I've heard of somewhere.
Moto.
You know, before I met Abby, I knew DJ Loso.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Yeah.
Dexter,
This might-
Bonsefie. But Moto,
This
that was the
guy.
first time I heard of him, the first time I was seeing him. Then he starts talking. I'm like, hi, how have I not known this person? It's very, very strange.
And Lloyd made up his mind from the first time he met Moto. He said, this is our star. This one right here is our star.
No, but you're saying in the presence of the others. What is your problem?
I'm sorry, you are
Is
These are
stars.
stars.
But Moto,
So-
this day I was just confused.
Moto is he's like an older man stuck in a younger body.
Yes.
No, the man has so much wisdom.
Yeah, true.
For something.
Yeah.
Should be like an
It is true.
I always tell him that I imagine you as this guy, you get gray hair, and then you have your living room is full of books. It's like a library, and anything you have something to back it up with.
Yes.
No, when you reach and you go, what?
Even blowing off the
But you know, such kind of wisdom comes from like having experienced something in life. We just haven't heard his full story, but I think he's experienced something in life.
To get deeper into their story.
Into everyone's story, because everyone has a story to tell, and you don't know who you're serving by telling your story.
We've been getting bits and pieces from them
Yes.
as the episodes go, and you realize how deep. Speaking of how deep each one is, script before deciding that okay, this cannot work as a written document. I was afraid to give topics. I'm like, what can work for this group of individuals? You know, what is going to happen here if I? Yeah. So then, okay, let's see how it works for creatives stuck in a rut. What's going to happen? Then they shock you.
Yes.
That's like
That topic, I was just like,
wow. You say, okay, fine, financial literacy. Boom, 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 boom. These individuals, and there's different perspectives. It's
You know, the
just
most
such
surprising
a rich group.
Is Destro. Destro on set acts like he's not listening. He sings. He's there making a rapping, speaking to himself.
But when he speaks,
There's
At what
wisdom.
point were you listening to
When
us?
you give him time, when he just speaks for like 30 seconds, I know he's going deep.
Yes.
I pay attention.
He's
Bring it on, brother.
He's like the
Bring it on.
surprise act.
Yeah.
there's a group on WhatsApp. I'm in different groups where creatives are. But if there's a group that I don't just comment anyhow, and you tell me,
You know what? I'll be honest.
because everyone has got. I'm gonna put out my
Guys,
view, and then
Edo, I'm
everybody
sorry,
has got
you'll
a
kill me for
different.
this one. Edo, you're gonna kill me for this
You know, like for the first.
So Edo is like, we call each other sometimes much. It's one group, man. It's one feeding. Look at branch.
Didn't start.
Why so phrases?
Edo has done events for big cats in the game. What's that? Coppola experience.
A common experience. Yes.
My Edo. You know, so it's like,
But
what's one feeding and bro? Is it connected to whatever? What is it?
What is this that is missing?
You got it.
You got it.
Just say it at the right time.
But that
In the right group.
impressive part, like
Because he
I
feels
was-
challenged.
I was-
He's in groups that he
I
can
am
say
the
stuff,
one.
everybody will crowd
You-
his
you-
comment. You know, and then it's like, fuck it. I'm the one.
you get
Should I
like
this
post
one.
this?
exactly. Should I post this or not? Should I get into this group and just say whatever I have to say, or I just
Bro, it's
sometimes
called say it. I'm telling you, say it.
Just say
you
it.
know. So
We'll see
I
it
think,
after
I
2
think
weeks.
the people that we have, they come from different backgrounds, and I think their level of, he just did a great job.
And I feel like
So,
maybe them coming
that's
together
helped
was
me.
the right time for
Yeah.
them.
That has
Because
helped
they've
me.
always wanted to unleash what they have.
Yes.
But then they never had the platform.
Platform.
But
True.
now it's there. That's why it flows.
You know, that has helped me because I think for the past maybe 9 years, me being in the game or something, I was comfortable.
Oh,
You understand, right? I was comfortable because where I am, I'm there. And now I met people who are like, they look at things differently. You understand? Another angle.
Each and every one.
So
of
now I think whatever level that I'm gonna be at, guys,
You
I'm
know,
gonna be baked.
Can we discuss episodes? In particular, what was each of us your favorite episode?
I think the one that did it for me was where after recording I feel good about it was
We shall take over
it's
your
more than one.
It's more than one.
It's more than one.
One had to have
and
stood
it's,
out.
and it's hard to pick. So if I'm to go back to all our episodes, so we started, yes. So I love the creativity is not borrowed. There was, I'm giving you a guideline. The importance of financial literacy. We did the ins and outs of an empowered woman stuck in a creative rut. The thin line between sexual consent
And
yes.
yeah, that was a good one as well.
And then how long are you dating potential? Why are guys with
Potential.
pure intentions
you
usually
potential?
broke? This one I don't know the Ntweno Kane. How do we navigate procreation in an alphabetical world? This one was very controversial. It was
Even the comments
yes.
were
Ever been entrapped? The internet and other things, social media versus
FOMO. That's the
reality.
one we talked about FOMO and stuff.
Yes. So, ish.
I think for me, I can pick more than one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Being potential. Yeah, the potential. I don't know.
Have you
First
potential?
Yeah.
Reality and social media. That one was really heated up. We also, the other one that I didn't. No, there are three. You mentioned that before the potential.
Creativity is something, no?
No, not that one.
Before potential.
Oh,
Thin line
consent.
between sexual consent, yes.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, because that one is,
You relate. Everyone is. Speak for yourself. Everyone is.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Directors, which one was your favorite episode?
Okay, for me, I would say, almost all of them. Why? Because every time I'm editing,
Yes.
there's always one person that will say stuff that I don't know. Completely.
You never thought about
Yes,
it.
I'll be as honest as possible. You get that? More to part 2 hours. The first episode, it hit me bad. I'm like, 2 hours. He explained this. Then in that same episode, there was this Joe who mentioned the love language. Where we have
that one.
Angel needs my stockings.
Yeah, Angel needs tokens.
Yeah, potential. Okay, that was potential. We went to another one.
That one
Think that-
employed.
Okay, like yeah.
For distro, like he called me in the morning.
Yes.
Dude, first of all, what distro was talking about is true.
Which one? The potential. The same one. Have you potential?
Yes. So I'm like, what was he talking about? Like, I haven't watched it. You need. No, you wake up and you sit first off. And I'm like, I watched it.
Yeah.
Okay. I know, yes, I have heard of some of it,
Yeah.
but
And the
on
one,
this,
the other one I respect the most
and this is a guy who's not.
for how creative our people. I think it's the last one.
Creativity is not borrowed.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
they need to be original and
Yes.
how the money issue is coming in and how
Yes.
they need to
Yes.
nationalize their art.
Yeah.
I don't know if that works.
It's where
it's just a made.
a lot of them are feeling challenged right now with the way Sampa has come in
Yes.
and just, she's Zambian and has made it,
Yeah.
and they've seen it. But instead of now going to people who've worked with her and just going, oh, how did you do it? There's no harm asking. Me, I ask relevant questions. Okay, so now when you say this, what? Because I'm trying to understand. Like to the tiniest one might seem useless. I'm really legit trying to understand.
And I feel like the few
And
that
they
have
need
made
that.
it, I think they're selfish. Yeah. Most of them, when you go to them, enjoy you. How did you make sure you made it to
Right,
Malawi?
right.
Yeah, they can't give you a formula.
So there's no,
in-
unity.
So in the creative space, a lot of people have got this thing that they don't want to give you
Yeah,
the road
yeah.
to success.
Because they think there's a secret, and once I
You
reveal
know
my
what I'm saying,
secret,
right?
That's why you
So-
find that most of people that are generous in the industry, they haven't made it to that level. Because most of them that have too much cheeky, shiny, they're the ones that look like they're there. Because I feel like they're the ones that hold to the formula
Yeah.
and never tell
But still,
if we put it-
also with what you're saying, that's social media versus reality. They might look like, but
remember one of the, I don't know if I can say his name, one of the people we interviewed during the one of our episodes talked about how sometimes it's the opposite. I have all this knowledge and I'm willing to share it. But
no
the
one to
other one who thinks he's Shani has too much pride to receive from me. You know what I mean?
Okay, so also let's not also put every artist in the same boat. It's like we're expecting everybody to be international. That's not possible. Let's not hold everybody to the same standard. You see, there are artists who are only going to be, they're going to be very, very successful, but they're going to be very, very successful locally. That's their gift, that's their message, that's how they communicate. Let's respect what people are giving locally. This person can only give us locally, but it works for us locally. And then there are people who are going to be international. So you find that's why there's certain artists who are successful locally cannot make it internationally. But there are also artists who have an international sound that cannot work locally. There's a lot of people, I don't want to mention names, but there's a lot of people who sound international, but they're not even earning as much money as the people who are doing it locally, right? But that comes to our second point. If you have an international sound, you better have an infrastructure like Sampa the Great that allows you to go international. You don't have Spotify. You don't have the networks. You don't know anyone who's anyone in Africa. You are not talking to the right sort of people who can push your music forward. So now you sound international and everybody's is like, oh, why aren't you international? You don't have the infrastructure. But the guy who's local is making more money than you because he's got the infrastructure. So now if you're going to be international, it's just not about Chizungu and sounding international. You gotta have the platforms and the infrastructure that takes you forward. And there's a lot of people that don't understand that. And I've been watching a lot of people like, this is an international artist, but it's got no networks. It's got no platforms.
Cheers, guys.
I think people have got this notion that if Abby does events, right, and then I do events,
we can't work.
you understand? Maybe me, I've done a stadium and Abby hasn't. Like, obviously reality, right? I have done a stadium before, and then Abby maybe hasn't done that stadium, and she wants to come to me and tell me like, I think Edo, Padia, Shan, you can do this and this and this. I'll look at her. What are you telling me? Me, I've done a stadium event where there are 15,000 people. You just you understand, right? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think everybody has got that thing like, you can't tell me. It is happening. It's not like it's not happening. Even people who have traveled, flight fare,
Yeah.
but I'm not what the body have
They have arrived.
They'll even tell you, no, they'll even tell you stuff that, oh, okay. Like it's not like it's a big deal.
Stuff that's not
also
even relevant.
It's the inferiority complex,
Right.
you know, where you feel you are more exposed than the other person. But I always believe that exposure doesn't come from travel or whatever.
Right.
Exposure comes from different things. Reading books, watching movies.
Yes.
know?
That is my belief as well. Yeah.
So it's the things I have learned. I haven't gone to school for most of them. It's just reading, watching, and be like, you know what? Actually, this, you know. Because when I was setting up our emails, I had to read up now. I was like, okay, so how do I don't know, but I think...
The next morning you just get, you have an email. It's like, say it. Can we not discuss? Let me talk about my favorite episode. Stuck in a creative rut. That is the first episode we shot. Episode is not cool, bushy. That was the first one. That was the one that shocked me. that we have minds like that. And it came at the right time because I was in a creative rut at the time. I've done 10 years of TV. In those 10 years, I can remember 30 TV shows I've been part of, whether as a writer, director, or producer. But within that space, I remember a time when I was a different way. I remember a time when I thought like this, when I thought it must be like this, like this, like this. The way I dropped my guard on a lot of things for this particular show, Say It, is exactly how Stuck in a Creative Rut was. And I've watched that episode the most of all of them because it preaches to me time and time again.
Cheers to you.
You know, Moto came and drops a bomb at him. Your talent is not your talent. Then he pauses. Talent is your skill. Yeah. I'm just like, Then Abby shared, in that same episode, Abby shared her personal experience. Keturah talks about going to Nigeria and what she saw. And it just, the episode just came so well together. Because that's the same episode where Destro talks about his advice to fellow copywriters and whatever. You're charging based off of your rent, your basic needs, and then you can add something extra. First of all, how much, if you as a person spends about 5,000 kwacha a month, why then should any job get you less than that? That's your basic things, your food, your shan. Add something extra to what you're already making. Don't, you know what I mean? What are we negotiating for here?
No, that episode was.
That was that is definitely still my favorite episode up to today.
And obviously, that impacted on everyone because every time when people want to shoot, you'll be thinking of, guys, what's next? What topic are we going to do?
Yes.
Are people going to be flexible to talk about this stuff? You know, and then you just get, because sometimes, let me tell you the truth. It gets to a point where, like, first of all, maybe Lloyd, phones will be off and whatever. You call me, you guys, we just get to a point like, could say it too. How? Happy.
As long as people are present, an episode will be short.
The most difficult one was when you guys were working on a certain TV show and Kimbuga. We can say it. When you guys were working on Kimbuga and we went to a location and we had agreed. No, the director talks to you, you listen. No, okay, so we can do 3 days of shooting. I said we're aligned. Me, I even paid 3 days. I know we're going to shoot for 3 days.
3 days.
None of those days. None of those days. Edo. They send the production team. The production team comes, power goes. We just
upon connecting my cameras. Check out. Zesco, Shan.
We just started playing drinking games. Okay. We try again.
That for me was one of the best things that could happen in the beginning because the bonding happened. People got to know each other. People meditated.
And you guys, do they hire you for like corporate companies to do their team building?
No, they don't.
It's exactly what we do here.
It's team building.
Thank you.
We help them bond.
It's not easy.
No,
like companies hire.
No, you can ask I was so concerned. I was like, 6 people. How do we find 2 that are main anchors? Do we?
No. And you know, from the beginning, it's creating such an, anyway, because we've been in media a long time, so we have that notion. Someone needs to control the conversation.
Yes.
Someone needs to control the conversation. And even after we started posting, I've had these comments from friends. No, but everyone is talking. No matter what control.
Even in the comments, it's there. Yes. Like, but who is leading and all of that?
But this is why it's called Say It, because everyone has a voice and they want to say And I don't want to create an image to say this is the one who runs the show. No one runs the show.
Yeah.
Everyone is free to
It is important for us to have one person on that set to guide the conversation so we don't, digress too much. But at the same time, when the conversation starts and it starts to flow, there are a few times that we've had to be like, okay, go back, guys, go back. But control. But sometimes it just keeps going. Next thing you know, we've recorded 1 hour.
Angel.
Okay, the editor suffers.
Send the potential episode.
Yes.
The guys, I think, spoke about 30 minutes. We were just like, palite point. I was like, guys, palite point. Can we just run again? Because everyone was talking. This one is talking, this one is talking.
No, that was the first episode, right?
That episode, Moto.
It was the same day.
Moto, I think, kept quiet for like 10 minutes. He was just like,
15.
15 minutes.
Yes.
He was just like, and then when he was editing, I'm like,
And that is the character that even the audience have built around Moto.
Oh.
He's the
waiting, yeah. One of these days we'll just
finish
be there without talking.
You know what? We can give Moto a topic at
No, even
And
just the way
just
he
talk
starts, you know what?
with a pause for dramatic.
Pause for
What's the
dramatic.
vibe in Fiabu?
The one where he said that it only takes how long? 20 minutes?
Yeah.
To find
2
out-
minutes. What do you mean?
No,
20?
it isn't 2 minutes.
He said 2 minutes.
No.
To find out whether you're into someone.
No, 2 minutes.
2 hours.
2 hours.
Oh, okay. What?
2 hours.
Okay,
No, I
okay.
did stuff, so
Yeah.
2 hours.
But who
There's
is the 2
potential,
minutes?
There's no potential. I know it's not.
So, but-
Where did that come from?
So you guys, I think now, obviously,
just-
talking about the favorite episodes, I think if we start talking about the characters,
Okay, characters. Let's go
think
to
that would be-
characters. Let's go to characters.
Let's unveil them.
Who's your favorite character?
Okay, like characters for me are my favorite based on an
episodes.
Yes.
Oh, yes, me
you know what
too,
I'm saying?
me too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause,
yeah.
like I said, the first episode for Potential, blah blah blah, blah, Destro brought out all that love language. I was like, yo, this is
Yeah.
Moto said his 2 hours thing. I was like, I'm just learning this.
Yeah.
Those two stood out for me. We went.
That was the episode where Abby was saying that if you have shorthand texting, that is not a red flag. Okay, I laughed in that episode.
So told them that mnaenda pafikia mkubwa kwa mwanzo. Sometimes they send voice notes.
Sometimes they said,
In the same week, someone in reality.
Send it to you.
Then Antoinette, I think 3/4 of episodes. I like how she wants to clarify, like you.
And she's our listener on the set. She has picked everybody's
Big
points,
ones,
everyone to the
She can
detail.
tell you
She can tell you what you said verbatim by the end of the
I
episode.
feel like everyone is my favorite because they're different.
I've had to text Abby sometimes on set. Oh.
Why funny thing is that because
No.
I can see all the faces. And I'm just looking at you. I'm like, oh, okay.
But sometimes I feel like I always want to check out, like, guys, I think Abby is suited. Because Abby will be in
a shade.
like listening on the middle.
I know what-
No, at least she
Right.
comes back to life.
When now she comes back to life. Also her.
When Jesse flatlines.
Wait,
Also hard,
when
she's
the
a
batteries
listener.
are flat,
I am flat.
Jesse.
I know Jesse.
Jesse.
but it's a tough one.
Yes.
That point.
Yes.
You know,
No. Kula watu shan
me,
yeah.
Namgayo ingawa wataka shan kutua
no,
shan.
before you continue, Nick was a question. Like he brings like perspective to really like a deep part.
Yes.
And then he brings it. Okay,
Yes.
so we learn that song, but then for layman's, like he manages to clarify things that we understand. He's also like even when he brings up points, you can tell from in debate arena to show that I'm not speaking from without, but from within. Alakwata backup. No, you know, in America, in Shani, comparing economies, these are people who've studied. This is what they do every day. They read
research.
news. They read. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In end of what down.
People are not lazy.
Let
Let me tell you a secret.
No, like people are not
Oh,
lazy.
eh.
You understand, right? Like people are not
I started
lazy.
feeling
In that, like this group, people are
I
not
know
lazy.
people are not listening. There's
That's-
no
that's the
day
most
that
important
you guys
thing. And
sat
you know
there
what?
and just said something.
Hello.
In most of circumstances, like we find ourselves where we are surrounded by people who are always saying yes.
yeah.
You say a point, Abby.
Yes.
If it's been a talk, I know. But on that set,
So
Yes, you almost got into a fight.
exactly.
yes,
Like
You know?
real,
and that's what I like.
Yes.
Me sometimes when I see
Yes,
that,
because
I'm like,
nobody-
yeah,
And
this
it happens
is
every
working.
time. One of the ones that have not aired, the ones we showed. The one on that one was just
Wow.
that one.
So for me, like when I was talking about topics and how just for this particular series said it's difficult because my system in production has always been, if you're dealing with a reality where an individual has to be there, my job is to stalk them. So I went to everybody's social media. Who is who? What is what? What I got and what I received. I'm like, you cannot, because you know what? Hey, this is what you got. Because you know that works everywhere else. It works everywhere else. Maybe cut this out because people are still secrets. But it works everywhere else too. You stalk and get a topic from this one, see that someone else has had a similar but a different opinion. Put it in a cassette and that's the topic. then when you get the reaction you want, yes, those two disagree. Yes, that's the topic. Then the others will just feeling. And then deliberately pick the one who had the strongest opinion. You will lead the conversation. No, that's really. But this team.
For me,
Special. I don't know. Can you downgrade on your special?
I mentioned obviously strong characters. Strong.
Of course, yes,
Strong characters.
very. Each and every
Number one,
one.
I thought when Abby was sitting on, I'm like, okay, but you know, she's the one. Let her just remain in production. Let her not be there.
In fact, pushed her to,
You know,
to
I
be
said
part
no,
of
I
it.
said-
Me,
I
I
said
read
no.
it. Once
Like-
I said Abby should be there,
Abby is the one doing
it was
no.
decided.
Let her remain on one because you know what? We're just gonna go with her. Meanwhile, she's not making sense, but she's just there. Do you understand? But no, let's. And then I thought
Yeah,
about
she had
and
the
then I
energy to
listened,
put a good
you know,
team
and then I
together.
listened to what she talked about in the first episode. I'm like, okay,
There's something
okay,
there.
okay, cool. We can keep. You understand?
We can
Yeah.
work with something.
No problem. Abby in real life laughs a lot.
You understand, right?
She was like, I just think child is serious. But when the bombs she
Look at how
drops.
I did on the introductions. You were just the
Yeah.
There's one episode.
In case you didn't know so. But now that you know so.
There's one episode where Moto pauses and says, no, but I'm confused. I was saying something and then he just stops and says, no, I'm confused. Because Abby is the most logical person I know. No, but why are you sounding so deep? You know where I was expecting him to counter my points. Like, shit, he just refused. No, I'm confused.
You were in the streets now.
You know what? I see like the other person, Keturah.
Oh,
I
yes.
see the passion in her.
Yes.
To this whole thing. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, everybody else they had something in them, and then this platform just brought what they had.
So, guys,
Yes,
sorry.
yes. Like these are
So I'm gonna
careers.
do
Listen,
I'm gonna
respected.
again. I'm gonna get Keturah
You mentioned
to Abby's-
Keturah.
Yeah, to Abby's side, right? So you know, because obviously Keturah have radio stuff. I'm like, okay.
Apa?
But when I listen to these guys, Jesse, Destro, and Moto and Antoinette, that was a set for me.
Oh yeah.
You understand, right? For me, that was it because these guys, their backgrounds and whatever, I was like,
Wafunda.
Now Keturah, So now everyone was on set. I'm like, okay. And then Keturah spoke. And then most of the time, like we said, let's Keturah pick up. Yeah. From the beginning, she just introduces the topic, everyone gets in. That's where I saw the potential. You understand? Because I've never seen her lead. You understand? And then she took that and then she kept on going. And then now she became comfortable.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Sometimes this is the way you build people. I think we gave her that confidence.
Right. I think I said it to you, Abby. She downplays, in my opinion. I feel like she doesn't want to come off too strong. And especially that she has the most tailored voice for TV. She understands how you're supposed to sound on a mic. So there's times where she speaks and I feel she hasn't finished. There's more that there's more like that same potential you are speaking of, which is shocking to me. Maybe it's got to do with the group and how you are saying that maybe there's a level of intimidation or a level of even her realizing that, wait, this is not the regular set. I'm around people with actual intelligence and experience.
Guys, if we go to do a different episodes where maybe we bring one person each, where there's no one, they're going to bring out this, like, sometimes when I'm on set, I feel like when I raise this point, Moto is just going to hit me from the other side, and Donette is going to come from the big. You understand, right?
From this episode, the next one should be
back to introduction.
Back to
the way we started.
so we can feel the
because even me, I can't
experiences.
When I'm behind the scene, it's hard to just contribute, to put out a point, say, guys, I think I have an opinion. I think this topic, let's do it in this way. Because where you have good, strong people around, yes, it's only a few people that can manage.
For me,
and I give a round of applause to everybody that is on set because they always, like Jesse will just listen, but guys, you know how our set is. Everybody's sipping on something. So just the energy just comes from nowhere and just like, Moto. No, it's right
and they're always making fun of him and speak louder in his good ears.
No, the other side.
We're doing a game. I think some few weeks ago, we were playing a game. You guys were playing a game. The way you would go to the phone and say, go. Oh,
But still, for me, that's someone who, with everything working against him, he says, no. Listen, sorry, come again? He will still say, this side. And even when he's positioning himself where to sit, he makes sure I want to be, you know what I mean? Even with all of that, like, it doesn't matter. Where's that strategizing?
We haven't said say it.
Oh, okay.
So if you had to pick on an episode that you really want to emphasize a bit in 2 minutes, which episode would it be? Just emphasizing your point. You know, like you made your point, but then it doesn't. You feel like which one would be?
Creativity in the entertainment
Talk about
industry.
It quickly. What's your suggestion?
The industry needs to be more open, and we need to help each other grow. This is not a competition. We are one country. We say we are one Zambia, one nation. We need to live by that. What is it called? It's a motto or whatever. We need to live by that, because if she grows, he grows, he grows, he grows me, it's a trickle down effect, and we need to do that. But right now, I'll speak about the music industry. The music industry is so disorganized such that the only people that are going to survive, the only people that are going to make it is the generation that's coming behind. I want to give a shout out to what's the boy who did the song with Connor?
Killer.
Dudes, Killer, we are proud of you. As Zambians, I have been sharing everywhere. That is the kind of support that we need. You understand? Let something grow from as small as TikTok and let it go out there. His numbers are point. Yeah. We need to have an industry that lends a helping hand. So, said it.
Great. I think people are just ignoring the fact that social media right now is the thing that is putting everybody on the map. When you talk about Killer, of course, he's done his best and whatever, and he was featured and he was being recognized via TikTok, and he's got 1 million, listeners now, streams on Spotify. You understand? So people have to move. We are no longer in the is it digital? We're migrating into digital now. We're not in the analog. So everybody from the
know us were playing catch up as Zambians.
You understand, right? Like everybody has to realize that.
Cheers, guys. Here's to 13 seasons.
Say it.
Say it. 13 seasons. Where's my dream? 13 seasons. Oh, no, it's 13 seasons, so it's empty right now. We need to refill.
Episodes.
So let's drink.
Let's drink.
Oh, yeah. Well, 13 episodes.
We start again.
Say it. Cheers, guys.